Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and in today's video, we have an interview with Ragnar666, the first free-to-play player to unlock a T5 unit, and we also have some account screenshots that he was kind enough to provide that we'll be sharing with you after. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up, because it helps out a lot. Here we go. Hey, Ragnar, I'll be saying that for short. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and chat. Starting, I would love for our viewers to get to know you a bit more. Can you tell us what you started playing on mobile, and what other kingdom builders you have played, aside from Call of Dragons, if any? Answer, Daily Double. Hello, I played Clash of Clans for a very long time, then before the release of Call of Dragons in Rise of Kingdoms, playing Rock. Awesome. Man, nice to know. There's a couple people that have come over from Clash or COC. Number two, what attracted you to Call of Dragons when you first found out about the game? And how did you feel it compared to previous kingdom builders you have played, if any? He said, since I played Rise of Kingdoms before the release of Call of Dragons, I was most interested in the fact that there are long-range and flying troops. I'm also tired of spending a lot of farming resources in Rise, not Rice. Number three, have you always played games... Have you always played games and or kingdom builders as a free-to-play player, and what do you enjoy about it? He says, so I always play games as a free-to-play player. I believe that if you are not ready to spend more than $100 a month on a game like Call of Dragons, then there is no difference whether you pay or not. I actually somewhat agree with that. Number four, what Kingdom and Alliance did you start playing in and within Call of Dragons? Even though I probably should have said... There we go, it looks better. I started playing in Kingdom 34 and Terra Alliance Union. In some ways, it was a very fun season, because until the very end, someone was always betraying someone. And at the very end of the season, the main alliance was betrayed in front of the dragon. Although for me it was a bad season in terms of power raising, as I was in free-to-play alliances for most of the season. A lot of stuff going on in Kingdom 34 apparently back then. Number five, which kingdoms and alliances have you played in from day one up until now? So trying to maybe get a history here. Season 1, he said it was TGSA, IT34, TWB, 1+, actually let's do it like this. This might be a little bit better. And then, yeah, there we go. There we go. And then 1+ was NK, BDO. Oh, here we'll do it like this. Season 2. And back up. There we go. 1+, and then Season 2 TDR TFS, and then obviously all the time. So from Season 2 onward, it's been in TFS. Now NK and BDO, again, more mid-high spending alliances as well. So it looks like, with the exception of Season 1, right, has been in kind of mostly mid to high spending, if not high spending alliances there. And we kind of touched on that as well with how quickly that Ragnar was able to hit T5 in the 420 days. Or sorry, 400, yeah, was it? Yeah. I have my sheet somewhere for whatever the time was. Maybe it was 423. Number six, I just woke up. You recently came on to the free-to-play scene globally after placing second strongest free-to-play in the game behind Captain Snowball. What did you think about how you stacked up again amongst all the known, I put that in quotations, known, because again, there could still be other free-to-play players out there that we are not familiar with, even though I imagine that kind of goes without saying. Known top free-to-play players in the game, and the fact that you placed second in the world. Said, I think I got second because I already had experience playing a similar game, and I understood what I needed to do to unlock T5, and I didn't make a lot of mistakes that could slow down my progress. Okay. And again, if you're someone who's been playing free-to-play, especially if you've played something like Rock before, you probably already have a base level of understanding on mechanics, on like priority tech pathing, on, you know, how you want to min-max and kind of build your account, because there just are a lot of similarities between the two games. You also recently unlocked your first T5 unit. Can you tell us what that journey was like, where you started, to finally getting to your first T5 unit? Answer, not a daily double. I didn't have such a thing that I just went to T5 before that. I hardly got any pleasure. I've been participating in battles and enjoying the game since Season 1, and opening T5 will make the game even more fun. Number 8. When learning that you were the first free-to-play player to unlock a T5 unit in the game, did this feel like a sense of accomplishment, a moment of fulfillment, or other? For me, it was more satisfying, not that I was the first, but that I opened T5, I'm sure. And when I saw reports for 50k plus merits. It's like, yes, finally I'm up there with the big guys. Number 9, you unlocked your first T5 unit in, oh good, so it was 420 days. Okay, so my mind hasn't completely gone crazy. And Captain Snowball was right behind you as he unlocked his first T5 unit 3 days after you at 653 days. And that's just because Captain Snowball started playing Kingdom 1. What do you think about the length of time it takes for free-to-play players to unlock their first T5 unit? Is it too long? Is it too short? Just right? Or other? His answer: to me, on average, an active free-to-play needs 520 to 550 days to open a T5. It seems to me that is very long. I think it is necessary to do about 1 year before T5, so about 1 year or less, give or take. And I couldn't be more on pace with that. For me, it was, I think I said publicly, I'd like to see people getting their first T5 unit unlocked in 6 to 9 months, just because of how long it's going to take for everything. Or it was either that, or I think I said all T5 units. So I think I said all T5 units should be unlocked in 6 to 9 months. And that's just because of the fact that you still have to think about training them, first and foremost. You have to also consider that once you unlock T5, you're not done, right? You still have to focus on maxing out your heroes for skills. You have to think about maxing out artifacts. You have to think about then doing war pets, then working on your VIP. There's a lot, right? Making sure your policies are set for healing. It's just, again, you're still doing a lot of research. I mean, there's still so much more you have to do beyond just unlocking the T5 unit, right? That's a starting point, not an end point. That should be made very clear. But then number 10, can you tell us what you have each of your legendaries at skill point investment wise, like i.e. Garwood? We gave an example. So he showed these, but we're going to show you some images too as well, because he did send us everything. Number 11, what are some tips that you believe would help out other free-to-play players who are just starting? He says, look for an alliance that you like. Don't spend gems for at least 2 seasons to figure out for yourself what you want to spend them on. Actually, I think that's okay. But again, we've always been pretty big advocates of like, hey, invest your gems in VIP, because you're just going to get more long-term investment out of that, and or saving them, of course, for your watchtower, your rally building as well, right? Because obviously you're going to need to try to circumvent some of those arrows and treaties in the event you're not able to, gather them all on your own from events. And then here we go. So as a free-to-play, and this actually, that was a great question. As a free-to-play, how long on average each day does it take you to complete all tasks plus any ongoing events? He says, if I do in the game what I just need to do every day, then on average it's 1 hour a day, but if there is a war, it will be much more. So Ragnar is saying that it takes him about an hour a day to do all the tasks and any ongoing events as a free-to-play, right? As a top free-to-play player. I think that really kind of shows that, one, there's just not enough things to do in the game right now. And this should very much be, like, the goal should be, to me at least, right? If you're thinking about a 24-hour day and an average amount of, like, you're sleeping for 8 hours, you should be able to have 16 hours worth of things to do in the game. That should be what we're building up to. So, yeah, I may actually start asking people. Like, on average, how long are you spending? That might be our next questionnaire, right? Is how long on average are you spending doing tasks throughout the day, right? In non-war time, right? So like non-war time, how long? And I think that actually would be a dope question. Let me know what you guys think about that, and any questions you'd want me to include in that as well in the comments. Number 13, do you believe there are enough events, things to do in the game to occupy your time and allow you a decent level of progression? He said, I would like to see more different events added to the game, since apart from the Roots of War, there are no interesting events. I think that's accurate. And then we end it with, thank you so much for the time today, Ragnar. Do you have any shout-outs or declarations that you would like to state? He said, the most important thing is to play for fun, do what you like, and not turn the game into work. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go ahead and look at some account details now from Ragnar. So first screenshot is going to be showing you just that he still has his Lilio bundle, so you know that he hasn't spent any money on the game. This also was confirmed. I always like to state this is confirmed by CoD CS as well, that, again, the only way to remove this is by spending money or by receiving kind of a purchase bundle or something like that, that you then use as like a dragon ticket, for example, to redeem like a bundle in game. This was a screenshot. Oh, and I should state this as well, that these were sent to me on May 25th. So about 24 hours ago is when, just so you guys know, like these are pretty recent. But you can see here Ragnar, right, almost at 1,000,000 archers trained that he has so far. Next, we'll look, you can see here on his tech tree for kind of where he is at right now. You can see most likely next one he'll probably go for, I imagine, well, maybe will be Cav, at least based on what he's closest to, right? Unless he does want to go for Mage, we can kind of see where he's at after unlocking that. You can see that he's already at VIP 15. Ooh, and I should state this as well, because this is going to help later, is, let me do this. So, I just want to be clear here on when it happened. So Ragnar VIP 15, he reached this at 353 days. I just want to be very clear there, right? As of, what was it, a couple days ago, I think, or whenever I put the video out, right? So he's on like what, 430? Oh, sorry, hang on. When did I do this? 512. So it's been 20. We can do the math real quick. It's been 2 weeks, 14 days. So 14, got simple math here, 37. No, sorry, 27. So he's on 427 consecutive logins, right? So that's, what is that, 40... 47, 67, 74. So 74 additional days. I just want that to be clear. So 74 additional days that he's had after reaching VIP 15, which means that is 2.5 months of additional gem gathering, not only from what the Alliance is purchasing that he's opening in chests, but also what he may be getting on a daily basis, right? That's going to be important as we touch on it in later screenshots. You can see this is the amount of honor points that he still has that's left over. And for what he has there, we'll show you this. These are all his artifacts that you guys can see. And again, I'll kind of go through these decently quickly. These are speed ups that you can see here, 2 parts to that. Then we have, again, a bunch of heads or tokens still left for heroes. And then these are kind of where each of the heroes are at as well for the main ones. As we move, and again, I'll kind of go through these because I'm going to have to explain something here in a moment, just so it does make sense. So we'll get through these, and you can see that Indis, right, and then Thea, right, unlocking from Dragon Trail. Garwood is skilled. And then he has, again, Magritte, Ferandril leveled, along with Tohar, Zeta, Kinara, and Freygar, right? These are ones you have to spend gems on. So, again, right, or from Wheel, most likely. And so clearly he's using his extra gems in order to get these, so that way no one just thinks like, oh, he's purchasing these units. Just wanted to make that clear at the end. Again, I'm sure you guys will pause and look through those as well. And of course, any other means that he may be able to acquire those from outside of what I might be thinking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch y'all later.